So I see you all weren't deterred by a darker, more horror-themed version of ClanGen. Good! Now I can record a little bit ahead without much worry for scaring you all off with this series. Hello everybody, Salty Wren here and welcome back to the woods. This is perhaps one of the darker series I've done that's gained any traction, so honestly, I'm pretty pleased. I know that probably sounds a little weird considering a lot of you guys who follow me for a while seem to think I'm kind of more lighthearted, but honestly I do have a bit more love for the dark and macabre, and I might not be good with jump scares or realistic gore, but I do love stuff that's a little bit more eldritch and sinister. The idea that there's something beyond any mortal comprehension and knowledge that we can't quite understand. And just kind of playing with that idea, it's really fascinating to me. And the thing is, in this series, there's something out there in the woods. All anyone knows is that it's there, and that it hungers. And the Secret Keeper says that making sure the creature stays fed will keep the clan alive and protected. It will allow the forest to thrive and keep the land alive, but whether or not any of that is true, well, who's to say, really? And oh dear, you're slashing at a disloyal warrior. I'm gonna keep an eye on that for sure. I have actually copied the rules from the actual challenge into my little notepad over here, so I can see what exactly I need to be keeping track of. There's apparently quite a bit that I missed. There's no use dwelling on the past. I'm gonna try and keep up with these rules in the future. Some of them, I don't know if they're already implemented into this mod itself. For example, kits have a lower chance of survival. But, I don't know if that's something that's already in the game, or if I'm gonna have to start rolling for it. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. There's also the fact that we have to, keep track of when a kit becomes an apprentice. These kits are a little ways away from that, but when they become an apprentice, we have to send them on a solo patrol and see if they're actually worthy of staying within the clan, or if the forests will take it, if the woods will take them for itself. I don't know what exactly the truth is out there, but we'll see. We also have to keep the woods fed every 5 moons. We're on moon 3 right now, and we will be on moon 4 in a little bit. Moon 5 will probably be this episode, so we'll see about keeping the woods fed. And I'm going to be starting to keep a list of cats that Tawny Star and Stemstock have been eyeing up, not having a good relationship with, talking to leaving the camp, because that happened a couple times now in the last episode. And those cats will be among the first that are fed to the woods. Now, I don't know exactly how long this particular series is going to go. I want to get to at least 5 episodes, and from there, we'll see how this series is doing. If we're still enjoying it, great, we'll keep going. Otherwise, we'll probably look for another mod to experiment with and try and switch things up, because I do kind of want to see what all is out there, because people who, a lot of the fans, you guys are really creative. People have come up with, new challenges, unique mods that change the game entirely, like this. And I kind of want to play with some of them, see, what all people have come up with. But, until then, if you're enjoying this series and want to see more, please do be sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, because it does really help out the channel so I can keep making more videos like this and many of the others that are to come in the future. I really do want to see, what all you want to see from me. So, also leave a comment down below, let me know, if there's anything in particular you want me to do with ClanGen, or if there's any non-Warriors related games that you would like me to play. I'm probably gonna take my Minecraft streams, I'm probably gonna do more in the future, but I'm probably gonna start trying to edit them down into videos as well. I don't know what I'm gonna do exactly for that, but I think it could be fun. But anyways, until then, let's go ahead and move on to the next moon, shall we? Tawny Star calls the clan to a meeting and declares Rosemary Paw to be a warrior. They are now called Rosemary Husk and are celebrated for their heart. Rosemary Husk, I see. How are you doing, sweetie? And she's feeling unappreciated. Aw. She is one of the kinder cats in this clan. The fact that she's called Rosemary Husk, like a husk is like hollow in and of itself, is kind of like there's like so much to kind of unpack there. I don't know. She is feeling unappreciated. Being in Hollowclan might leave her a bit more unfulfilled. There's so much to just think about with regards to this. She's also one of the cats who, like, hasn't quite been fitting in. One of the cats who has very much been struggling. But, well, that's just to be expected, honestly. With relationships, Stemstock is wowed by how bravely Mantis Petal fought the other day and helps Yellowpaw pick birds out of their fur. Flower Tiger is really surprised that Rosemary Paw's life isn't as easy as they thought it was. Honestly, here, that's not very surprising. Flower Tiger calls to Houndstooth to fetch them a fat mouse on their next hunting patrol. Nice, nice. Rosemary Husk notices how Stemstock is being helpful around camp. Foggy Roach is telling a story to Flower Tiger and surprises Sage Kit with something nice. Aww. Mantis Petal is spending a lot of time with Ridgeflit. Yellowpaw is talking with Rosemary Husk. Houndstooth thanks Rosemary Husk for covering for them during the patrol earlier. Houndstooth and Sage Kit joke around about how bad the other clans smell, or perhaps about like how much like they may be a little bit more in danger of having their cats eaten. Well, like we're more in tune with the forest. We know like our clan, Hollowclan, is going to be staying on top of that and keeping the creatures in the woods more appeased, perhaps. Ridgeflit comes up with a plan to sneak out of camp with Yellowpaw. I hope that's okay. Tawny Star asks Foxkit how they're doing. Tawny Star's letting Needleflame share their troubles with them, hoping they'll feel better afterwards. Tawny Star, that's awfully kind of you. But perhaps it's more like subterfuge, trying to know what exactly your clanmates are thinking and what they're going to do. Needleflame admires how brave Mantis Petal is. Foxkit covered for Houndstooth on something minor. And Sage Kit always thought Rosemary Husk had it all figured out, so they're surprised when Rosemary Husk asks for help. Aww. A lot of cats are starting to notice that Rosemary Husk is kind of not doing as well. That's in any other clan, that could be a matter of like, oh, everybody else is going to reach out to Rosemary Husk. Here, that could be a sign of weakness that Tawny Star is going to be looking out for. And Tawny Star is asking the medicine cats to have a stock of death berries at their disposal. Interesting. I wonder what that has to do with being the secret keeper. I wonder what Tawny Star is keeping hidden. Like, what does needing a stock of death berries have to do with the creatures in the woods? That is a thing to keep in mind. That I don't actually know, we don't actually know, whether or not the creatures in the woods really have to be fed to keep the land alive, or if that's just all made up by Tawny Star and Stemstock to keep everybody else in line, or if what they're saying about the creatures is true. Maybe the creatures are real, but who knows? And Stemstock is assigning cats to patrol the borders. Yeah, that's a good idea, and you're starting to get a little old yourself. If I had been paying attention to the rules beforehand, I would have chosen a young adult to be the Secret Keeper's apprentice. But unfortunately, it's a little late to change that, so Stemstock is a little bit older. We're gonna say that this has been the case for a little while. And you're a senior now. You're not quite in the Elder's Den, but still. We might have to find a new Secret Keeper's apprentice in the future. That is a thing to keep in mind. Foggy Roach is staring off into space. Oh, Foggy Roach. And hopefully, I wonder how being a protector of secrets versus a secret keeper works. That is something that I'm curious about. Flower Tiger wonders how Ridgeflit is doing. Also, Flower Tiger being bloodthirsty and having kits. I've been thinking about this a little bit. Flower Tiger, I think, like, those are Flower Tiger's biological kits. The kits in the clan of Sage Kit and Fox Kit are Flower Tiger's biological kits. But what I'm thinking happened is this clan isn't the only clan where there is danger. Maybe their other parent was eaten by the creature in the woods, and that's why Flower Tiger brought them in. And the thing is that Flower Tiger has been thinking about possibly killing Tawny Star on occasion. And that was something that kind of caught me off guard, and I started thinking, well, why would that be? And then when I look up the rules, it says that when a kit reaches 6 moons, they are sent to the forest alone and they may not come back. And I think that Flower Tiger is feeling protective towards his kits. I think that he wants to make sure that his kits aren't eaten by the forest the way that his mate was. His mate was probably outside the clan because he was hoping that like she would be able to like keep the kits protected and keep them away from all the sinister goings on within. Like, sure, he's bloodthirsty himself, but I think that bloodthirstiness could be turned in like a more positive direction. It is interesting to kind of play with the idea that what people consider negative traits aren't always negative. Like, a cat being bloodthirsty could just be a matter of like super aggressive. And if that aggression is turned in a protective manner, it could be a matter of like trying to right the wrongs that are happening. You're also a ghost speaker, which is interesting. So it could be that you know, like, maybe there's something else going on with the forest and maybe you know more of the truth than the secret keeper is letting on. You might know more than the secret keeper wants the rest of the clan to know, and that's part of what's going on with you, which is very interesting. And looking back at the kits, Sage Kit has a morbid curiosity, which is very interesting and is a know-it-all. And you're also wanting to be big someday. Yes, you will be big one day, I hope. I was thinking like, oh yes, the little kids are gonna grow up, and then I remembered the rules. Fox Kid is pestering older cats to play with them. You're a bit lonesome, but quick to make peace. I hope that you'll do well within the clan. You two, Sage Kit is gonna be very interesting to follow. Fox Kit, I worry about with the quick to make peace and being lonely. Oh, sweetie. Stemsock I've already seen. Yellowpaw is looking forward to today. Yellowpaw, I think, was also being, like, lured out of the camp on occasion. You're cold, you never sit still, and you're a picky nest builder. Yellowpaw, I think, also had some stuff going on. Yellowpaw is also on my list. I did not go back and rewatch my own video, so I can't remember everything exactly. Houndstooth tries to set a good example for younger cats. Interesting. Or at the very least, you might be setting an example that's a little bit closer to, like a good example could in like a regular clan, this would be a matter of like, oh yes, you're gonna be a good warrior and take care of everyone else. In this case, a good example could also be a matter of like the epitome of a cat who is loyal to this clan. I did see somebody on the Discord said that they thought that Houndstooth kind of had a similar... Houndstooth and Tawny Star could have a similar relationship as Darktail, or not Darktail, Darkstripe and Tiger Star from the actual books. I really liked that idea. And meanwhile, Mantis Petal is curious about the other clans. I'm a little curious about them too. Like, what is going on with the other clans? Why are they... Like, how well are they taking care of the creatures in the woods? Are they sending their cats out there, or are we the only one? Who knows, really? But regardless, let's go ahead and send some cats on patrols, shall we? Gonna be sending them at random, or actually, I'm gonna remove you and add Ridgeflit, because you're the mentor. And Rosemary Husk is also coming along. So while walking along the border, your patrol notices a quiet clan patrol renewing their scent marks up ahead. And let's see. Their leader is Ridgeflit, who I believe is more insecure than anything. So I believe that what we're going to do instead is we're just going to proceed rather than anything. When the two patrols get closer to each other, the patrol leaders share a quick nod of acknowledgement. The patrols refocus on their tasks without stopping for a conversation, but a feeling of mutual respect has been fostered. Quiet Clan is going to be an interesting clan to keep in mind. I like how, like, the clans we've met so far have, like, more ominous names. This, like, even this patrol, like, this isn't just a matter of, like, oh, hey, there's another patrol, let's just keep going with our business. This is a matter of, like, we're trying not to acknowledge each other too closely, because what if we attract the attention of the woods? I like the idea behind everything is a little bit more sinister than it would be on the surface if this was a regular ClanGen game. Meanwhile, I would like to send... Well, Flower Tiger I think is technically going to count as a queen. I don't know. If I send cats on the patrol... Foggy Roach... I'm going to remove Foggy Roach and send Needle Flame, I think. Needle Flame spots a rabbit up ahead, but seems to be acting strange. The patrol can see its tremors from a few fox lengths away. Ooh, interesting. Let's see. Would these cats really be able to tell? Houndstooth might not care. Houndstooth is the patrol leader. So Houndstooth might be like, well, food's food. Let's at least bring it back. But the others might think, well, like, at the very least, Mantis Petal would probably think, like, this could be, like, a sign about the forest. It might be a good idea to at least bring it back to ask Tawny Star, like, what he thinks. So I think we're gonna proceed. Needle Flame catches the rabbit and is eaten as normal. Okay, so it's food's food, I guess, is what it was. Everything went well. And finally, a Medicine Cat patrol. With a bloodthirsty cat, but it should be fine. Foggy Roach goes out with a warrior escort, both for safety as they look to take advantage of the green leaf growing season, and for carrying capacity should they find anything. Surprisingly, Flower Tiger actually starts up a conversation with them about the herbs they're looking for. Foggy Roach launches into the usual spiel, but even more astonishingly, Flower Tiger is actually interested, and it makes their heart feel lighter, getting to share their knowledge and skills with someone who respects them. So that is interesting. I think Flower Tiger really is... Flower Tiger having that interest in, like, what the forest is about. I think Flower Tiger might be also not just asking about herbs, but also wanting to, like... I think Flower Tiger wants to be a little bit more involved. Not necessarily more involved, but... I'm trying to find the words to explain. Like, my brain is, like, trying to do a thing, but finding the words to explain the thing my brain is trying to do is a little hard. I think it's more Flower Tiger is... I think Flower Tiger is trying to... like, get answers from the Protector of Secrets. I think that's what's going on. With Foggy Roach being the Protector of Secrets, Flower Tiger is trying to, like, get some answers from them about what could really be going on, but is trying to, like, kind of keep it under wraps a little bit by talking about herbs as well. That could be what's going on. But, regardless, it's time for Moon 5, I believe, so if we move on... Oh! Foggy Roach brought a litter of 3 kids back to camp but refused to talk about their origin. Okay. There's a lot that has happened all of a sudden. Oh boy. But this is the moon in which we have to start feeding the woods. Foggy Roach brought a litter of 3 kits back to camp but refused to talk about their origin. We'll take a look. Houndstooth announced that they are also expecting kits. Okay. Tawny Star saved Fox Kit from a big dog but was badly injured. Oh dear. Ridgeflit finds poppies while out on a walk and decides to give them to Needle Flame. Oh, that's sweet. But there's a bunch of kit stuff happening. Yeah, these two... You found some poppies. Tawny Star, are you alright? I'm gonna check on you. Conditions. It doesn't say you're currently injured. You just have scars on your tail now. Interesting. Medicine Cat Den doesn't have anybody in here. The herb stores are empty and barren. This does not bode well. There's some interesting stuff to keep in mind about everything. It could be that, like... Oh, I think I know what's going on. It's because I picked the... What was it? I should have done, like, the expanded version instead of the default. Oh dear. Is it possible for me to change that? Is that also another reason why we're not getting the thing about the forest has not been fed? That is something to keep in mind. But also, Needleflame has some poppies in her fur. Look at that. That is super pretty. Houndstooth announced that they are expecting kits. Tawny Star saved Foxkit from a big dog but was badly injured. I'm gonna have to look at some stuff, but we have little kits here. Foxglove Kit, who snuggles up to the belly of Foggy Roach. Maple Kit, also snuggling up to the belly of Foggy Roach. And Cypress Kit. A lot of ginger kits here. I think Foggy Roach is also ginger, right? Yeah, probably. Yeah, Foggy Roach is also ginger, so that's not a surprise. I think I am going to roll. Where's my dice? Here we are. I might have another colored die, actually. Or, no, I'll just stick with this. I have a bunch of dice prepared for one of my D&D games if I want to do physical rolls, but, haven't really been doing them. But, let's see, for each kit, we have to roll, and if I roll a 1 through 4, they survive, and if it's a 5 or 6, they're eaten by the creatures in the woods. So, if I roll the dice, for Foxglove Kit, that's a 4, okay. Maple Kit, that is also a 4. Cypress Kit, that is a 5. Cypress Kit, I am so sorry. This cat was killed as an offering to the woods. Yeah, I'm sorry, Cypress Kit. This is how this game is gonna go. This is going to be a dark game, guys. There is death. Kit death, even. And it's not going to be pleasant. But, in the meantime, Tawny Star is encouraging warriors to start fights on border patrols. Not a surprise. Stemsock is wondering how Ridgeflit is doing. I'll keep in mind that you're keeping an eye on Ridgeflit. I'll be adding that to my list. So I'm typing that out right now, Ridgeflit. Foggy Roach is eavesdropping on Tawny Star. Eavesdropping is interesting. Okay. Flower Tiger tries to set a good example for younger cats. Good example, again, could mean a few different things. Flower Tiger being a little bit at odds with the leader, but trying not to be super obvious about it makes things a little bit more interesting. Houndstooth lectures Yellowpaw on the warrior code. Okay, Houndstooth. Ridgeflit is eavesdropping on Foxglove Kit. I don't think there's much to eavesdrop. Foxglove Kit is literally just a baby. Can't really do much. It'll just be the tiniest little muse, so... Okay, Ridgeflit. Mantis Petal plans to visit the medicine cat. Okay, okay. Needleflame notices that their clanmates have been nervous around them lately. Why would there... That is interesting, actually, and you are a dreamwalker. So that leads to some interesting stuff to keep in mind. Okay. Rosemary Husk wishes they were still in their nest sleeping. Aw, sweetie. Yellowpaw fell into the nearby creek yesterday and is still feeling damp. Oh dear. I hope you're alright, Yellowpaw. And Foxkit wonders what it's like to be a loner. SageKit is planning is hatching a plan to sneak out of camp and play. Oh, SageKit, sweetie. And then we have the two little kits. Foxglove Kit and Maple Kit. And says that they were born outside the clan, but came to live in the clan with their parents at a young age. So the question is, who is your other parent? Because Foggy Roach is trying not to say anything about it, so that is interesting. But, regardless... Oh, wait. I was double checking rules. I don't see anything about it, at least with the rules that I have saved. Okay. It just says, like, I was thinking about Protector of Secrets. There can only be one at a time. Once they die, choose a random young adult. If you have no young adults, you must wait until you do. Nothing about whether or not they can have kids. Okay. But regardless, we do have to send cats to potentially feed the forest, and I have my list here. So, solo patrols. Rosemary Husk, I'm sorry, but you are at the top of the list. So, the patrol notices a commotion and finds 2 squirrels chasing each other across the forest floor. Okay. And that is totally fine. The squirrels are so distracted that the patrol is able to quickly catch them both. Okay. Next is actually Yellowpaw. So Yellowpaw wanders past an old badger set in the roots of a hazelnut tree, only to freeze. There's a new scent here, acrid and sour. And Yellowpaw carefully approaches the burrow, trying to figure out if there's anything new inside. It's so dark and it all smells the same. They try to creep just a little closer, but the ground drops away steeply beneath their paws and they lose their footing, skidding right into the disturbed badger's lethal jaws. Yellowpaw has died and fed the woods. So, the woods have been fed. I can remove Yellowpaw from my lists now. And I'm going to refresh my little list so I can start keeping track again. And we can send some cats on some normal patrols now. Let's send these guys. Looks like they're gonna go with the medicine cat. Foggy Roach heads out on what promises to be a fragrant patrol, searching for wild garlic with a gathering patrol. The garlic will certainly help restock the herb stores, which are close to Foggy Roach's nest. Yay! At least the warriors seem relieved that they never have to sleep next to the herbs. Yeah, that's fair. And then we have Mantis Petal, Needle Flame, and Flower Tiger. And again, 2 squirrels chasing each other across the forest floor, and Needle Flame got a scar by trying to jump up after them, but slipped and fell, twisting their paw. Poor Needle Flame, I'm sure it's okay. But regardless. Oh, I didn't even realize we have this cat who is here to guide them into not, would it be Star Clan? Or should I move everybody to... There is a way to move the cat to a different... Exile to Dark Forest. Is there a way to just like move them to whatever this place is? The Unknown Residence? Or will it have to be the Dark Forest? Because even then, I don't think the Dark Forest would necessarily be bad in this particular context. That is the thing. Because of how much darker this story is, the Dark Forest, like they have fed the woods, and now, like, it could be something about, like, they become one of the creatures that haunts the woods in death. That could be a thing. I think I'm gonna move all the cats that are currently in StarClan to the Dark Forest. So, Cope's Paw, you're here to drag the dead cat. You're here to drag the dead cats into the Dark Forest. Yeah. Yellowpaw, you are also going to be exiled to the Dark Forest. You're distraught after being sent to the place of no stars. You're distraught in death. And you as well, Cypress Kit, distraught after being sent to the place of no stars. That is how it is. I might also, way back when I was playing with that one mod that had like the magic, I did edit what the dead cats would look like in case like, oh, a cat got infected by darkness and now I'm gonna move those cats to the Dark Forest. I might change the Dark Forest's skin to that specifically because it looks a little bit more shadowy, like they are one of the creatures that like is lurking in wait. So I'm gonna be doing that behind the scenes, but for now, I think I'm gonna wrap up this episode. I am glad that we are keeping the forest fed, so that we won't have to worry about any more unexpected deaths. I am going to look into trying to change what the difficulty is, because I forgot that, like, I was usually playing on expanded mode as opposed to just the basic storytelling version. Oh dear. But anyways, For now, I'm going to wrap this episode up. So once again, everybody, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please do leave a comment down below letting me know any of your thoughts about this episode. If you thought anything was fair or unfair, whether or not it was right or wrong is a different story than fair versus unfair. I don't even know why I'm saying fair versus unfair. I don't even know if I brought that up, but whether or not what's happening is actually in the clan is actually just is a different story. Whether or not you believe, like, one cat's view on the things that are going on is better than another cat's view, everything here is, I would say morally gray, but it's more like everything is leaning more towards the black than the gray, honestly. But some cats are gonna be just a little bit lighter than others, but kind of marginally. And we'll see how that all goes. So again, guys, thank you all so much, and I will see you all in the future. Stay safe out there, everybody. Can someone tell me, please, why I'm switching faster than the channels on TV? I'm black, then I'm white. No, something isn't right. My enemy's invisible, I don't know how to fight. The trembling fear is more than I can take when I'm up against the echo in the mirror.